Hey, what's up everyone? Today we have a Exmark. It's a smaller of the larger mowers, but it's also not the smallest. Anyway, this is it's an interesting number. There we go. It's a TTS 481 CKA 36300. It's a pretty decent machine. This is definitely the heavy duty of this size. The one that kind of looks like a Time Master, I would say, is borderline residential. It's like the pro residential one. This is definitely professional. I mean, it's heavy. Problem is this idler pulley is having a little bit of a crisis. The metal around it has sheared off, and the pulley is just or the bearing inside is completely just free flowing. So what we need to do is we need to replace it. Now, in addition to that, when I was looking at it, the owner didn't notice this giant gap or gash in the belt. After looking at it one or two different times or different places, I found out at least one more like that. So I told him it's going to be worthwhile to also replace the belt. So we have a new belt, we have a new idler. Now, when you take a look at something, this is just pressed metal with a bearing inside of it. That's what the other one looks like. There should be two, and there is. I don't like these. Let me go on a little bit of a 30-second story. I had replaced almost this exact same one on a different machine of this. I think it was the bigger version, or maybe it was the same one. I don't remember. Like 4 years ago, the owner specifically says only this part. I told him about a different part I think is better, which is this one. It's a different design. It's not stamped metal. I think it's some type of cast metal, but in my opinion, it's just a better fit for this mower. Every single year for the last 3 years, he came and had me replace the same one, because this exact same thing happens to every single one. So eventually he got tired of that, and he had me install the one I just showed you. I want to say at this point in time, he should have been here by now, and he hasn't. And when I talked to him when I was buying this part, I see him frequently. He's actually doesn't live that far away from me, and I told him about this one, and he said that he has yet to have a single bit of problems, and he really wished he would have done it earlier. So this part, I'll have to look it up and see what it is. It's escaping me right now. It's pretty late on a Friday. I'll post it on the description or on the screen. Anyway, so we need to replace it. In addition to that, this owner said that he had someone had replaced something, and the bolt is touching the bearing somehow, or the pulley. I don't know how that happened, but we're going to take a look at that as well. So first things first, we need to remove that. I'm going to remove the belt and get going. Removing the belt's really not all that difficult. Just push this back, and that's going to leave a whole lot of tension off of it. And you just roll it off, one of them, and there you go. Now you just take it off the rest of it, and then we can put the new one on. In the meantime though, because we do have very good access to this nut and bolt, we're going to go ahead and get that replaced right now. Fair warning, this is usually on pretty tight. I usually have to use a pretty large impact to take it off. Sometimes you can and can take this off without having to remove this bracket, but this is not one of those times. So I need to, it's not ideal, but I need to remove the spring So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I decided not to. You can just overpower it. And I did. It's not very safe, but be careful. Ideally, just remove the whole spring assembly and arm. But we're not going to. It's pretty much the same way that you remove the belt. Have this close by. There we go. That looks a lot easier than it is. That's not that hard, but it can be a little difficult, especially if it's warm. If it's warm, it's not a pleasant time. Well, excuse me, the muffler, because the muffler is like right there. So you don't really want to necessarily burn yourself on a hot muffler. So if you're going to do it that way, highly recommend you let it cool. I let mine cool for like 20 minutes or so. It was pretty decent. There you have it. So now we have to do the belt. Got the old belt off. Now just need to route it. I didn't really show that because it's really hard to see, but the belt starts off around the pulley and goes through here, up and around, through the last pulley over here, through the eye door, and it goes back to the engine. Not too hard, but it can be a little annoying, especially with the pulley replaced. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but it will fit. I think for the bolt problem though, I was spinning this around. It is touching a little bit. I think both of them might be touching a little bit. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to see if I can find like a lock washer. I need to tip the mower on its back, so this can lift up. And I think it's going to lift up. Yeah, it should lift up. Pins are in it. So I'm just going to put tension on the belt, same exact way we did it before, and then tip this on its side, and we'll be good. Oddly enough, you see how, I don't know if you can really see too well, but that pulley is a whole lot higher, and so is the other one, than that one and this one. And it doesn't seem right. So I'm going to take that off and see if we are missing like a washer, or that washer should be on there, or if we just need to add another one. Not sure, but something was definitely a little funky. I took everything off, had to redo the belt, but I'm not really seeing where it's rubbing. I mean, there's a slight mark right there. That's so minimal though. I think that could just be when I was moving it, pressing down on it. I don't actually think it's touching. I think it's just very, very close. And it's not like there's nuts on the bottom. The actual whole housing just has posts. I mean, this one is almost exactly the same. So I'm just going to have to tell him that I looked at it. It's actually not touching. It does look like it. I'm not going to argue with that. But I don't believe it is. I might take a grinder and just lightly give it a kiss just to put him at ease. But I really don't see a big problem here. I ground it down a little bit. Not a whole lot. Just enough so it looks like it's not touching. It's like a 32nd of an inch. Usually you don't want to do that if you are going to put a nut over it, but the nut's already on there. Like I said, these are posts, so it should be fine. It has a pull start. There's no key switch. You want to make sure all your safeties are on. Otherwise it will not start, and you'll instantly be hating yourself. Put on neutral, medium throttle, brake is on, little clips are on, so I think we should be good to go. The brake handle on the safety switch is a little temperamental, so if it dies when I turn the PTO on, just know that's the reason why. But it has a PTO, electric PTO, so we don't have to pull a handle or anything. Let's give it a pull now. Oh, we need to make sure our key's on too. That might be useful. There we go. Needs a little bit of a fine-tune adjustment for the hydraulics, but it works. Belt's on. There's no more clankety clank. Don't have to worry about something falling off. We should be ready to go. So if you are having a idler pulley problem, like I said, don't buy this one. Buy the other one. This is crap. And it's a quick, easy thing to install. I think when I did it, it was literally like 15 minutes if I wasn't recording, so not a very hard process whatsoever. And even then I was looking at the stud on the everything else, so without having to do that, it would have been a lot easier. Other than that, I'll let you be. Have a good day. Definitely follow on Instagram at SmallEngine101. Keep on watching, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next video.